Wow.
I took a shot and came back.
Yeah, that was really fast.
Uh-oh. Connor must have turned his camera off. Fortunately, I solved this issue. We're back for the second half. Less than a half. It's more like 56 minutes. Friends, you were having tea with the Roxanne, where some of you are now afflicted with a new affliction called Haunted by Memories of the Roxanne.
It's a good thing.
You don't have it, so you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know, but I think it's probably like, you know, it's like hauntingly, it's like the phrase hauntingly beautiful, right? It's like, well, it's kind of good.
You realize hauntingly beautiful is bad.
I don't know if that's necessarily how I've seen it used.
We're in an area of great death. It's not a good thing.
Wow, I mean,
You're being so negative about
yeah,
this great
yeah,
death
exactly.
thing. Couldn't there be a positive side to great death?
Right, then
What?
there's renewal.
You say she's being
But it was,
negative, but she
it
sounds
was-
so positive about it.
Specifically,
true.
unnatural death, like not the circle of life decay stuff, like something messed up.
All right, let's actually talk to this lady, I suppose.
I've been talking to her.
Yeah,
Do you know
you have. Yeah.
what these memories are like? Am I getting like flashbacks? Like what is?
Nope. But for you, nothing has changed. Nothing is different.
We'll get those later. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It will come
Foreshadowing.
later.
Okay.
That's why I asked you to write it on your character sheet and not describe the thing that's happening to you. Because it's not happening to you yet.
So, will this being talk to us at all, or is it just like nodding and glancing at us?
She has not communicated through verbal language with you yet.
Communicated through actions.
But will she?
Mighty Roxanne, is it possible you could tell us anything about this land that we've followed your river here to? I mean, this is
She
very
has
much
a
unlike.
weird smile when you say "mighty Roxanne." Like that term is kind of distasteful, but she doesn't want to correct you. Like you said
Okay.
something very impolite.
Oh, okay. But does she react to my question?
What was the rest of the question?
Oh, sorry. I said, can you tell us anything about this land that you're? I think what I understand to be your river has led us to. Like, why is the sun never set? Like, why? This land is very. I haven't seen any life here besides your butterflies.
With her right hand, she gestures to herself.
Is there any way you could be a little more particular?
She herself is also alive.
She cocks her head a few degrees while looking at you.
Okay, that is true. And besides her, of course. I didn't mean to be rude. I apologize.
She shakes her head. And she gestures to herself again.
Can I roll an insight to see what she's inferring to?
Yes.
Can we jump in on that?
Sure.
Okay.
You can also roll insight.
That's fine. She's got it.
You don't know that in character.
Yeah. You don't know that in character.
Okay.
She's got you there. Yeah, you have no idea, Wolfgang.
I wasn't
Not
sure
with
if-
a 9. Cayso, show me your dice rolls. Natural 20. Incredible.
Nice.
Boom.
Komomo, Cayso, you
You guys
both.
just throw me in the trash.
I mean, you are the barbarian.
You both come to recognize that there is an integral connection between her and the land around her. You've watched objects naturally grow out of things or appear near her. The stream, the river, appears to be affected directly by her magic. The sun, you've been told, literally hangs around just to see her. her and this land have a connection. And now she's gesturing to herself when you're like, what's up with this land? And you're like, she's like, right here.
Did you create the will-o-wisps?
She gives you a blank look.
The spirits that seem to...
Yeah, the orbs of light. Did you make those?
She gives you a weird look.
Like she's confused or like she's unhappy?
Difficult to say.
Do I need to roll insight again?
Your insight will give you nothing.
Okay, that is fine.
This being and you have a different fundamental understanding, and her answer to your question without language is impossible to be conveyed.
Did you make everything in this land?
She nods.
Are there any will-o-wisps nearby?
Are you looking for will-o-wisps?
I'm just... You said we could see them occasionally.
Yeah.
Have I seen any lately?
Are you looking for will-o-wisps?
Sure.
There are will-o-wisps.
I'll say... Are those yours?
She turns and shrugs.
Fair enough.
Are we in danger here, or do you protect us?
She puts her hands flat on the table and shakes her head and gestures toward the tea in front of you.
I'll drink more tea.
Okay. It's good.
This is delicious. We must get this recipe from you.
You know, even the tea doesn't answer that question technically.
No.
Does she seem familiar to me? Is she one of the beings that I sensed before?
Interesting. She is... You sensed two beings, correct? You sensed the antlers.
The antlers, and then I sensed the trees being connected by something.
She is neither of those things. But she holds a measure of their power. She is, if not on equal footing, then at the same level of mysticism and pure force that they are.
Okay. Does she seem to be natural or unnatural?
She is the most natural thing in this entire area.
Well, that doesn't say much. The whole area is like unnatural so far. She could be like slightly natural.
Sure, allow me to rephrase. In the area she's currently located in, she's perfectly natural.
Fair enough.
I can continue rephrasing it if you'd like.
Nope, I got it. I know what
Okay.
I caught it.
Is there anything that you might be able to... Why is this land... I mean, aside from your presence here...
You have switched between three different questions very
yeah,
quickly.
I did. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. Do you know anything about the other lands that border your land? I mean, is it possible for you? Do you see beyond your realm?
She takes a sip of Komomo's tea. And she nods to your initial question, and as you continue, she shakes her head.
Are we welcome here?
She holds a hand out across the table and puts one hand over your hand.
I will lightly pat her hand with my free hand.
You feel a great sense of welcoming, as if you should never leave.
How do you feel about the land outside of your realm. I mean, do you oppose it, or
She shrugs.
is it relevant to you?
She shrugs. Again.
Okay.
Are you okay with us even being here?
She nods, and as this conversation's happening, several of the butterflies float in. She holds out a hand for one to land on, where it immediately begins sucking on her blood. It's right in front of you. It's a little rude from, the venomous magical butterflies, but yeah, she just kind of smiles at it and waves her hand over it.
Is this some sort of symbiotic relationship?
She clearly does not understand what that means.
What benefit do you get from giving your blood to these butterflies?
She looks confused.
These butterflies need your blood? You just give it freely for nothing in return?
With the hand that isn't being sucked on, she gives you like a a very neutral stare.
The butterflies say that she loves them.
She nods and smiles. It's heartbreaking. As Cayso Hamhand would say, it's hauntingly beautiful.
Are we free to leave if we choose to leave? And how might we make our way?
For the first time, she blinks. And it's at that moment you realize that she has literally not blinked for the entire time you've been here. And when she does, there are tears in her eyes. And she holds out a hand as if to say, don't go. But she nods to answer your question.
Obviously, your hospitality is amazing. We have people that we
Tears
need to get back to at some
begin
point.
slowly going down her cheeks.
Are you lonely? The only creatures I've seen here are the butterflies.
She nods enthusiastically.
If you are lonely, why don't you try leaving this place?
She
This is her
looks
land.
confused. She gestures to herself.
Are you bound to this place? Or
When
is this
you
place
ask
bound to
that
you?
question, the butterfly takes off and flies away. And you can see the area where the teeth have punctured her hand. The butterfly flies away faster than how it came in. In fact, it seems a little bit larger, moving with more speed. She has no reaction to your first question.
Mm-hmm.
As you all blink and stare at her and have this conversation, she gestures to the teapot and offers to pour you more tea.
If we do leave, you shouldn't be sad. We'll come visit again.
Second wave of tears begins rolling down her cheeks.
There's no need. She tells the truth.
Glistening starlight among her tanned, perfectly golden face.
Have you ever had a pet?
She looks confused.
An animal that's your friend and companion and lives with you?
She gestures around her, and you can see that there are many of the venomous butterflies that have started gathering as a result of this conversation.
Like I have Oolong here. He's my friend. He keeps me company when I'm lonely.
She gestures to the water of the pool beside her.
The water is your friend? Or is it something in the water?
That is more of a positive reaction.
Can you tell us where the source of this water is?
She gestures to the water beside her.
So this is the source?
It is a pond, as I mentioned.
Right, okay.
There is nothing heading towards it, only away from it.
Well, it could be coming from below.
Could be. You want to go down there and check?
I mean, can I peer into it and see how deep it goes?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Make a...
Can I do that while seated?
No.
I'll ask for her like permission to go take a look at the pond.
Yeah, she nods.
Okay.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
For no particular reason.
This is a very particular reason.
11.
Okay. You know, you get the idea that there's something off about this pool. It's definitely magical. When you gaze into it, the bottom is filled with those perfectly smooth black stones. There could be something else here. You're not really sure. Every time you think you see something, you turn to look at it and there's nothing there. You get the idea that the water does just appear here in the pool. Magically. There's no underground spring. There's no alternative source. It's just a pool of water that is constantly flowing from this one location with no clear way it gets refilled.
Truly impressive. Or true.
What is?
Well, I mean, I don't see where, if this water is coming from someplace, I can't see it. So that means it's an endless pool of water. It's as far as I see it, no, impossible.
Okay.
I'll come over and look at what he's looking at.
Perfect. Make a wisdom saving throw.
It seems totally safe right now. Probably. 10.
Yeah. Seems you too get this odd feeling that there's something you're missing here. But it does
feel
seem
like I'm missing something.
safe. Perfectly safe.
I feel like I'm missing another omen of doom.
Wolfgang, can I ask you to make a medicine check?
Sure. I would love to make a medicine check.
Can I go back and sit down on my mushroom again?
Yes.
15.
As Ono Komomo passes you to sit down on her mushroom, you notice that her eyes are kind of glazed over. And as she's sitting down, they deglaze. But it was kind of scarily, like when she was over there and she started walking towards you, you're like, whoa, like how could she see like that? That's freaky. When Cayso turns towards you, his eyes are glazed over too. He's just like,
is there some sort of, is it like a, I don't know, an
it's
arcana
magical.
or something?
It's magical.
Yeah, but can I check to see if they're being like enthralled by
make an
the
arcana
Roxana?
check.
Okay.
No. They're not being enthralled by the Roxanne.
Okay.
That's ridiculous.
That would be a stupid
And there's a
idea.
voice in your head that tells you that's ridiculous too.
Right. Right. Okay. I'm gonna look at my companions and say, I think maybe we follow this river back to civilization. I think we've gotten what we've come for now, and now we must regroup and re-strategize, and we will, fight to live another day.
I have to admit, this place is way less doomed than I thought it was going to be.
It feels more doomed.
More doomed.
I feel it feels a little less doomed.
The Roxanne seems confused and sad by what Wolfgang is saying, and more tears pour in a constant stream from her eyes.
You are making our host very sad. That's
I
extremely ill-mannered of you.
She
I
gives you a gesture
understand
like,
this.
no, it's okay. It's okay.
see. She says this is okay. So we come back to say hello. We spread the good word of the Roxanne. Maybe even more visitors.
Oh, she
Well,
nods vigorously when you say more visitors.
See, you must help me. We will help her out.
If we were to bring visitors here, what might you find how might you find their company useful?
I think she seems like a cat person.
She seems so confused by all of these questions for which she has no conceivable answer.
But you do want company.
She nods.
Maybe a dog. Sometimes cats, don't really want to give their owners that much attention, but a dog's are pretty loyal. Could also start with something easy like a hamster.
Or a weak-willed human.
Or a goldfish.
She has no idea what any of you are saying.
Have you only seen your butterflies and then no other animals?
She shakes her head in a no.
No.
Do you have a favorite animal?
She gestures out with her arms widely to the entire world.
Do you love all animals?
She nods.
Me too.
For the first time in this conversation, she stands up, moves around the table to pat you on the head.
I like all animals too.
She moves over to pat you on the head as well.
I mean, I think
Wolfgang,
animals are great, but I think that you might need more company, yeah?
Wolfgang, you're noticing that this is less like, oh, you're good kids, and more like you are the pets that I am keeping kind of deal. As if it's like, oh, you've noticed, oh, that's so sweet. You're so intelligent.
I think that something is happening here that you do not realize. Let us bring her more company. Yeah, don't you both think that might be a good idea?
Just more crying.
No, we
More
need
company, why
3
cry?
signs of doom, remember?
I counted 8.
Look, I'm happy. We can move along. We can beat our way back along the river. And I'm glad we came. We got to meet you, Roxanne. This has been amazing.
And we can bring you some more tea.
She's just nonstop crying now. She's
And more
seated herself
company.
again. She's distraught at the idea that you're leaving her.
Aw. That's too bad.
This is hurting me as a player to leave.
Good.
I saw all the signs of danger and we shouldn't go here.
I'm agreeing with
But
you.
you're
but I
hurting
guess
my
I think
heart.
it's too late.
So, yeah. It's fine. It's probably fine. We're good.
So,
Can I make a flower bloom to make her a little happier?
yes. What type of flower?
Oh, that's a good question. Lotus. I want a lotus.
Okay. She is so shocked. She has never seen this before. It is totally new to her, and she's very excited to see it.
And I will give it to her.
She is touched by your offering of a gift.
And then Komomo will quickly explain to her how to take care of the lotus, because they do not grow where I live, so I don't know how to take care of lotus.
Okay. Well, they definitely cannot live here.
There's a river.
Yes, there is.
She controls the land here, though.
I will say nothing. That is not technically correct, but
Lowe's care. Well, I might have messed up there, but I think she can
it's
handle
fine.
it.
She's enthralled by the lotus.
This caring for Lotus is relatively easy.
Uh-huh.
And if you place them below a freezing line in a pond, they won't die in the winter.
Okay. Definitely not a problem here.
Yep.
So with
All
that, I
you
suppose-
know is that she loves this lotus. It is the best gift she's ever been given.
Works for me.
So with that, I suppose Cayso probably would get up and bow low and and make his way towards the door.
What he's gonna be making is a wisdom saving throw real quick.
Okay.
Yep.
Nat 20.
Okay. Yeah.
Momo will also bow and follow Cayso.
Sure. You follow Cayso, no problem.
And I guess I gotta keep my eyes on him now, so.
Okay. As you all leave, you hear the sounds of gentle sobbing as you head off into the eternal sunset in every direction. Several minutes later, you arrive at the edge of the Wispway, and you watch to your left as yourselves enter the Wispway.
What?
It's like a mirrored reflection kind of thing?
Nope, you're watching when you entered the Wispway.
And travel.
All of you gain 1 point of exhaustion. You're all extremely hungry and extremely thirsty. Wolfgang, your ant meat is now perfectly fresh, as if it was the day that you killed it.
Can I share it with everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Mark off 3 uses of it.
Okay.
So you guys just going to set up camp here in the demarcation zone between the Wispway and the regular forest, this long 50-foot wide, basically completely empty grass line between the two of them.
Well, we still are
Next to
we
the
have no
magical
water.
river, which is a lot less magical on this end of it.
But we have no access to water right now, right?
You got the
Except
magical
this-
water right next to you.
Besides
Slightly
that.
less magical water.
Yeah. Maybe might look if we can make our way a little bit more inward, try and find a good place.
Absolutely. Please make a survival check, and might I remind you, you have a level of exhaustion.
What does that mean exactly?
That's a great question, and you can find that out in the Player's Handbook underneath Chapter Appendix A.
Is it disadvantage?
It is disadvantage on ability checks.
Yeah.
But I have advantage, if I recall correctly.
Oh, shit. Look
So
at
I
this
think that-
baller.
Yeah. Let me just make sure I natural explorer. Your proficiency bonus is double for proficiency skills when you make an int. No, that's a different thing. Yeah, I think it still counts. I'll just assume it still counts as
Do
disadvantage.
you have inspiration?
Okay.
No, I think I used it.
You go looking for water, and you only find murky pools that have been polluted by the runoff of animal waste. The sun is now setting. It's getting colder and darker. You're tired. Actually, you're exhausted tired. But at least you've had some food.
Well, I mean, we could either go without or we can drink the river water. What do you guys think?
The river bad? River water is bad?
Well, it's the same magical water.
Remember, he said it's unsafe for him, but it's safe for us.
Well, I didn't quite say that. That's
cool.
That is about what you said.
I'm just saying if these waters lead us astray, if I'm leading you guys, then in theory, as far as the path is concerned, at least, in theory, you can drink the water and still be okay. Assuming that's the only effect.
The water is safe for us.
In theory.
But not for you.
While the three of you are arguing about this,
water.
and as the darkness falls, you hear a sound, something between a hoot and a growl that echoes throughout the forest.
Oh, that's probably not good.
And everything goes silent.
There's our third sign of doom.
Let's just find a quiet place.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna try and stealth unless we're are we literally setting up camp right now?
I don't know. You tell me.
I mean, I'm good with that, as long as it's away from whatever just hooted and growled at us.
We got to find a place that's sort of quiet and out of the way. Can I look for that, or will my
Make a survival check? Your 7 survival was to find unpolluted water, and you definitely failed.
Can I attempt to help him?
Absolutely. You now roll with no advantage or disadvantage. The two of you working together find something approximating a pit into which you can safely lower the 3 of yourselves. Easy way out, but definitely outside of normal view. More importantly, there is a sort of strong, pungent smell in this pit that will probably cover you.
What kind of strong, pungent smell?
It's like a peaty, insect-churned earth smell.
Okay. Not too bad.
It's only smells.
Oh, it definitely reeks. It reeks a lot. But it's better than, something sniffing you out and killing you in the night.
So, yeah, proceed to set up camp here. Quietly.
Okay. You do so.
And I guess we have no water, but we can eat the ant meat and go to bed.
Okay.
I'll cook us up some ant meat.
Without water, you do not remove your exhaustion, and in fact, you gain another level of exhaustion in the night. So now, tomorrow morning, your speed is halved after you spent 2 days with no water.
Nice.
But the food is delicious, and you level up.
All right.
Having survived a encounter with the Fey Lady, the Roxanne, you've gained enough experience through your travels.
Oh.
Right. I could have tried speaking a different language. I speak Sylvan. I should have tried that. Oh,
yeah.
Well.
Yeah. I feel like that's a good stopping point for tonight. I know it's a little early, but the thing about leveling up is that you guys are just going to be glued to your screens doing level up stuff for the next 20 or 30 minutes. So
yeah, very true.
Is any you're already doing it? Is anybody taking anything surprising at the second level, like taking a multi-class?
No.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
We pick
My
our
druid
subclasses now, right?
circle starts at level 2.
Perfect. Your circle of the brew, right?
Circle of the brew.
Yeah.
Oh, I instantly gain a collapsible cauldron.
Yeah. I feel like in the morning when you wake up, there is just one at the bottom of the pit with you.
We can figure out how it happens.
No, I feel like it's summoned by druidic magic. Like you wake up and you do a ritual and like you pull your hand out of the ground and a cauldron comes up with it. And everybody else is just like, what the F? Nature provides, and you're in a very natural area.
Nature does provide.
So, I know everybody has to do hit point rolls and all that stuff. We can do that during the week. Let's talk about outro stuff. Spicy. You survived the Wispway when it's intense, very intense, multiple dangers. Oh no!
Yeah,
Wolfgang,
just terrible.
Wow.
4 hit points on a barbarian. Were you a wizard?
Yes.
Are we? I didn't think we were rolling. Are we?
You can roll now if you want to.
roll.
I knew you guys would never stop once the leveling began.
I couldn't resist the hit point roll.
Go on,
I like rolling
Conorhughes.
for hit points. I don't have much luck doing that usually.
I never do.
Can we use that system, the AP that I think we
Nope.
had for
Nope.
No. Okay.
Go ahead and roll.
I don't know what mine is. Let's see.
Range your hit points D8 or D10
I think they're D10. It's a D10 plus your. It's like 1D10 plus your.
plus your Constitution. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's make sure before you make any
I
heartbreaking
got 3.
rolls. Cayso Hamhand, according to your character sheet.
Where does it say that? Does it say?
None of your character information is on your Roll20 sheet, so it doesn't say it anywhere.
Well, I'm on the.
I'm
D&D
going to go
Beyond.
on D&D Beyond. It's so easy, even a caveman could do it.
There's a link if you want it.
Your subscription has lapsed. Oh! I guess that's
Mine?
true. No, mine.
Oh, yours.
I will need to re-up my subscription immediately after the stream. Where are my campaigns? There we go. My campaigns. Dinner in a dungeon. View campaign.
Yeah,
Cayso
1D10.
Hamhand. It says here on this sheet that you are a new or recently leveled up character.
Is it?
Yes. You are a D10 size.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's a button for a hit dice. Oh, don't mind that one, though, because I already rolled.
Yeah, I know.
Not bad. Got a 6.
7. Not bad.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, what'd you guys think?
Good.
I'm glad we're alive.
Yeah. I thought I was going to have to pull 2 people out of a river there for a minute.
No comment.
I thought we shouldn't go there.
Very true.
I thought we were all gonna die.
I'm glad we went and saw it, and then maybe next time I'll think to use my other languages, if we go again. Because I'm sure we're going to want to bring like a whole town's worth of people there, take
Nope.
advantage of that endless water source. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that, the block in Minecraft where it's like, it's the source of the water, right? And you can move it. You got to get your bucket out. Anyone
That
play
is
Minecraft?
not how. Yeah, yes, that is how it works. Yeah,
I've never played
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
We save our village by turning them all into Roxanne's pets.
Well, I mean, she seems like a nice enough person. I mean, great tea, right?
Very good tea.
That's really all it takes with this group, huh?
And endlessly satisfying. Well, the tea satiated both thirst and hunger. So, actually, the town would be pretty happy with that. They wouldn't have to worry about anything.
Incredible.
Very true.
I love how you look towards the positive side of this.
Yeah, totally.
Cayso's like, look, I was just checking life pro tips. I just need to min-max this thing, okay? Sure, there are downsides, but we just need to minimize them. Incredible. Conorhughes. Incredible. What do you got there, Sputnik_71, for some outros?
That's what I got. You can find me on the socials at Sputnik_71. On my Instagram, I take pictures of food. And on my Twitter, I retweet Arthur's tweets. And that's about it.
That's reasonable.
Happy eating.
You should be happy while eating. But if you're not, that's okay too.
Any recipe or food ideas you're getting from this episode, Spoot?
I mean, it was pretty much tea.
You do citron and honey tea.
Yeah.
You could do citron honey cake too.
Oh, that's some sort of tea cake.
Or
Maybe I'll do that.
throw in the mushroom element somehow.
Very true. I know some really good mushroom recipes. Yeah, I'll figure something out.
You could make citron honey cake, but shape it in a mushroom table and chairs.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I am terrible at stuff like that. But I'll think of something.
Wolfgang's very good at it, if I recall correctly.
What I'm looking for is a tea service to accompany the tea. Citron and honey tea, what would you serve to pair with that?
Almost like a high English tea type thing.
I was actually thinking like some sort of pork-based dish to deal with the bitter flavor and the honey. That's just me. That's what I think of.
Pork's a great go-to.
Well, yeah, but with tea,
Yeah.
it's interesting. I'll think of something.
I don't drink tea like the English drink tea.
I
Sorry,
drink tea a
Wales.
lot.
I drink tea like this. I'm like, I don't know. What do you need? 3 green tea packets in one of these bad boys? Throw them in there.
At least.
Let it soak. Pull them out when they're... Well, actually, if it's green tea, you want to just leave it in there.
Oh.
What are you talking about? That's how you make tea. Oh, green tea drinkers, back me up in the comments. You just leave that packet in there and you drink it with it in there.
One thing that I found interesting about South Carolina, though, is that there are many tea houses here that serve traditional English tea services.
Or did I somehow mute myself?
No, I can hear him.
I can hear you both.
Oh, I did accidentally.
So I was saying something interesting about South Carolina is that there are several tea houses here where they serve traditional English tea services. It's very strange. I've never seen that anywhere else that I've lived. I've lived in quite a few places. But maybe I will go to one of those spots for some inspiration as well. And see how they roll. But anyway, that's me.
Conorhughes.
You could make a little lemon cake, the ones that they serve in the lemons.
Oh.
Lemon cake is good.
In the skin of the lemon, like they hollow it out and bake the cake in it. Yeah.
Never seen that before.
It's still, you still got like the little sour bit from a lemon. But it's,
As far as socials go, you can find me at Conorhughes on most things: Twitter, Twitch. I think my Instagram is CNRHUS. And yeah, that's it for me.
Conorhughes. He was a boy. Can I make it any more obvious?
What?
Don't worry about it. I've just been doing a lot of
Avril. Boy.
I've been doing a lot of Avril Lavigne lately.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I have.
Grimdark James told me that my audience doesn't seem like the type to like Avril Lavigne, so I've been mentioning her as often as possible to make them Avril Lavigne fans, to prove them wrong.
I haven't listened to her before, so maybe I will sometime.
Ever heard Skater Boy?
Not by name. Maybe I've heard it like on the radio.
She said, "See you later, boy."
Oh boy, Cotton, you're just walking him right into this.
He wasn't good enough for him.
You've heard it, Connor. You've definitely. Anyone who lived through the 90s heard it probably several times.
Oh, it was in the 2000s though.
Yeah, but like I said, you had to have lived through the 90s. You'd have to have lived through the 90s to be old enough to remember the music of the 2000s.
Don't.
My good friend, that's why I tell you 9/11 was 20 years ago. Even if you were born when 9/11 happened, you probably weren't old enough to remember it until, you know, you'd have to have been 3 or 4 years old. Even then, you'd have no context for it.
I was in first grade, but I remember it. Because my teacher turned it on the TV. And then she freaked out, and then they turned the TV back off. Because we saw this, the plane, the second one. So she thought she was just going to see the news report, but...
Oh, I thought you were talking... At first, I thought you were talking about Avril Lavigne.
No, not Avril Lavigne.
The song.
Okay.
Avril Lavigne crashed into the second tower.
We stopped quoting the song lyrics.
Holy shit. Well, there goes all my ad revenue from this video, too.
Wait, I'm so sorry.
No, Spoonnick's fault this time.
Oh,
Spoonnick's fault this time. Mr. Fake News over here. Cotton, what do you got for an outro? Please try not to trigger the YouTube advertising system.
I don't know how it works.
It takes a transcript of everything we're saying and gets angry if you talk about controversial events.
Was the second plane a well, okay.
Avril Lavigne crashing the second plane in the tower is definitely a controversial event.
I didn't say Avril Lavigne.
That's why I didn't blame you. I'm just saying, please try not to say anything like that.
And now I'm scared to say something like that on accident.
Well, don't say something like that on accident. I feel like it's really easy to not just make up stuff about the Canadian pop idol of the 90s and early 2000s crashing a plane into the side of a building.
I mean, you've all seen the conspiracy theory that she died and was replaced, right?
Oh, God. No.
Actually, I have seen that one.
Oh.
I really like conspiracy theories.
Oh, God.
Sometimes they're just for my own entertainment.
You know, when I was a kid, I read a lot of books about aliens. This is pre-internet. I read a lot of books about aliens, the Bermuda Triangle, pyramids.
I thought I was going to disappear in the Bermuda Triangle.
I really thought as a kid those things would have a lot more effect on my adult life than they do.
Yeah, me too.
Which is zero.
Yeah.
I also was, I thought that I'd catch on fire more than I have in my life.
Well, did you know that Americans believe that they're 6 times more likely than actually to have a crime committed to them? You believe greatly that someone will commit a crime on or around you, and it probably won't happen. On the other hand, the Navy did come out like last year and say that aliens are real and fucking... you didn't see that?
They slid it in during COVID,
it was
mass
insane.
panic.
It was insane. They were like, yeah, there was an object, we
real.
chased it, it moved faster than humanly possible. We believe it was
like,
aliens.
I didn't see that.
Oh my
It was
God,
like
it's
during
real,
lockdown,
Yeah.
when there was like everything, all the bad stuff was happening, like the worst, the most news frenzy time. The Navy comes out and says, these are the videos and the photos of the UFO we captured, we saw. Couldn't figure out what it was.
It moved
Don't
in
know where it
ways
came
no
from.
human aircraft could match.
And then they just
Yep.
shut the case.
Yep.
Didn't speak of it again.
Yeah.
I was like, that was really smart.
It was a good time to let that one go. Should have led with who the Kennedy shooter was, but God, we do need to do your outro at some point.
Hi, I'm Cotton. I doodle and stuff. That's all.
Okay. Are we good for next week? I know the show has been meeting sporadically, so you never know.
I'm good.
Should be good.
I should be good as long as the internet's set up in my new house.
Oh, shit!
New house.
I'm moving on Saturday, so I think it'll be all good.
Amazing. Good luck. Hopefully you have several much stronger than both you and Pondo, people who can be easily lured by beer and pizza to move your stuff.
I have my father and my mother and my grandparents and maybe my uncle, but he's supposed to stay home because he broke his hand.
Okay. Can they be lured by beer and or pizza?
They can be lured by me asking them. I didn't have to bribe them with beer. I did say I would make bunny buns.
That's not the code.
I'm going to make bunny buns for Easter.
Nice.
Does that count as luring them with bread?
I think that pizza surprise thing that would go over pretty well.
Well, my mom can't eat pizza.
Oh, okay.
It'll make her sick.
I'm so sad right now. I could not imagine living a life without being able to eat pizza.
I don't know if my grandma can either because she's had her gallbladder removed, so she has some problems with grease. Nor can anybody in my family technically drink except for Pondo.
Who doesn't drink?
Who doesn't drink?
I had 2 beers yesterday, and I was like, oh boy, I'm going wild.
You got drunk girl wasted.
Seltzer beer.
Seltzer beer. Oh, that like the
White Claw, a Delaware
Claw
local
stuff, yeah.
special.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking the claw.
You know, on my 21st birthday, I did take like 17 shots.
Whoa.
What? That's a lot.
It
of
was
shots.
spaced out, but I
even
was more
spaced
sober
out.
than my sister.
You fucking crazy, Kai.
That's
You're
crazy.
insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
That comes from
have-
me. I used to drink Bacardi 151 from the bottle, and they don't sell it anymore because it's illegal.
Ugh.
I made my father proud, is what he told me.
Wow.
I had his tolerance.
You know, when
I'm
I was in
impressed.
college, I had a much
I
higher
don't really
tolerance
drink.
level for alcohol. Now I'm just like, ooh, I'm so drunk right now. Ooh.
Yeah. You get old.
I save a lot of money on liquor now, that's for sure.
Yeah, I just had to have one night that was impressive, and I haven't really drank ever since then. I didn't have a hangover though, so I'm happy about that. I was really scared of those.
What a waste. I mean, you should be just plastered away every night. You know, I mean, like just to
Margaritaville,
get
that's all I'm
the
saying.
value out of that
Yeah.
liver. You know.
Yeah,
Well,
top
yeah,
quality.
but
That's premium.
you know,
But you
I
know,
have
there's other
enough
in
things
life.
wrong with my body. I don't want to tempt fate.
It's one of my favorite things to do. Tempt fate. That's why I say really ominous stuff like a game master would. Like, well, I could do that. What do you mean? Am I sure I want to do that? Guys, I think we did it. I think we won. Surely nothing else could go wrong from here.
We're in the clear.
Yeah, we're in the clear. That's a good one. What else could go wrong, guys?
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna find water immediately, first thing in the morning. And you know, when we get back.
No, you
Sure.
definitely aren't. No.
We're
you're-
gonna drink the magical river water so we can stop getting exhausted.
That's it. We're done for the night. Have a good night, friends.
Good night. Martha Stewart was innocent.
What the
Take care.
She definitely wasn't. She admitted to it.